I will not stress you with any political question. I will ask you a very simple question, which is a day-to-day problem of all of us. Let's just talk about EDSA. How would you solve that problem and to minimize the traffic in that particular area, considering that EDSA is the main thoroughway of Metro Manila?
I think there is no need to reinvent the wheel. We can look to our neighbors and see what their solutions were and what were successful. It must be founded on having a good, efficient, cheap mass transit system. A mass transit system that actually has the capacity to move people and goods in a way that is acceptable to people. We cannot, it's all very well having an MRT, but if any one of you has ridden the MRT in the last few months, you will all know that it is not an acceptable way to travel, simply because the inefficiency of the rail system. You never know if you are going to actually get to your destination or if you will stop in the middle of your trip. You do not even know when you are going to be able to buy tickets. You cannot buy tickets on a long-term basis because the machine doesn't work, it broke. These are problems that simply should no longer exist. It is saddening to note that when the LRT was first put online, we were the first country in Southeast Asia to have a mass transit system. And here we find ourselves, the only way that we can boast about our mass transit system is that we can say, unlike other countries in the Philippines, our trains fly. And that is the only good thing that you can say about it. And even then, it is rather a painful joke for those who have to suffer the indignity of waking up at 4 in the morning to get to their work at 9 and getting home at 1 in the morning, having to cook dinner, take their 2-hour rest and start again. And this is simply unacceptable. And again, we base it on the mass transit system. The solutions that we see in terms of actual personal conveyance, in terms of personal vehicles, we look at Singapore, we look at London, they simply make it so expensive for you to run a car that it discourages most, I would say 90-95% of people to have a car. But people have to get to work. People have to get home from work. Therefore, you cannot do that without a very, very efficient and widespread mass transit system.